Hello, people in the house. How doing today? We're just going to talk about some kind of fucked up thing and kind of weird thing, I suppose you could say, for a neutral country, which is Ireland. We're talking about, to be honest, is the death penalty. So in America and in other countries, they have the death penalty, electric chairs, death by lethal injection, isn't that? Yeah, death by lethal injection. I don't think they hang people. Maybe in Saudi Arabia and all that country, they might hang people, but I don't think they do. I think if you steal something in Saudi Arabia, you get your hand cut off. Very well. I suppose you won't do it again if you get your hand cut off. So they have a fair point, I suppose, don't they? Um, yeah, the death penalty in Ireland. I do think it should be brought back. I seen people on Twitter talking about this, and I was like, the yeah, I suppose I would talk about this. That's what I was like. I was kind of deciding on what should I say, but yeah, I kind of do agree that the death penalty should be brought back. But I don't think mentally insane people that don't know they're doing or what they're doing should be executed like some people in America, like they don't care about mentally ill people, which is upsetting. But in a democratic republic, it's different in the United States. But I say if the death penalty was brought into Ireland again, there wasn't way back, way back, when the English was here. They decided to execute people with guns, but anyway, we'll leave that for another day. So yeah, I do think the death penalty should be brought back, but I think it should be on a level. I suppose if you kind of severely, I try and explain this the best I can. If you severely, say if you're wet after an old woman or something and robbed her handbag and just kicked her around the place and nearly half killed her and permanently paralysed her, had to go in a wheelchair, couldn't go to the toilet herself. You know what I'm saying? That, to be honest with you, that'd be just the death penalty straight away. That'd be, to me, it'd be the death penalty, literally the death penalty for whoever done that. Like it's just with that. I mean robbery. No need to, if they did, but if they didn't kick the woman around the place, it's like in that perspective, a robbery should not really be a death penalty, to be honest with you. But I do think if you nearly kill somebody or permanently disable them, I think you should get the death penalty or something like that. If you permanently damage them for life. If you permanently like give them severe brain damage, I mean death penalty straight away. And if you murder somebody, like if you really know what you're doing and you murder, just shoot somebody straight in the head and shoot them about 50 times. I mean, if you are mentally insane, then obviously the state and the court have to understand that and get you help, and not send you to the electric chair because you didn't know what you were doing. So it's not your fault, to be honest with you, but you did do a bad thing, so they will get you help. That's that's what I believe. Like if you're mentally insane, I know from experience when you're mentally ill, because I've been mentally ill myself. So your mind just takes over, and you just don't know what you're doing. You don't know who you are. I understand. I really do understand. I don't understand about killing and all that, but you just. I know myself that your mind just takes over, and just dictates you. It's like just it poisons you, makes you do things you don't want to do. It just poisons you, makes you depressed and it's just a fucked up system your mind is. But I don't know. But I'm not talking about petty thefts or different things. But if you permanently disable somebody, Jesus Christ, you're definitely getting the death penalty. Or unless you're mentally insane, I mean, obviously put them into a psychiatric, a mental hospital, or a rehabilitation centre, and all that. Like if you really know what you're doing and you really have to get somebody, like the gangsters up in Dublin, which nobody cares about, which they get off with the big lumps of money, they only pay a certain amount of money to the state, and the state just says, "Oh, I should look at the lads. We made a mistake. You killed about 50 people, but sure, we let it slide. You give us about €1 million, away we gone." That's literally what this country's like. The guards are just more corrupt than the gangsters, which is the truth because all the shit going down with the guards at the moment. I really won't speak about it because I probably would get hauled into the barracks, and that wouldn't be a good thing. As they said, you get the things that Willie said about the guards, it wasn't true. It was really not true. And the Garda commissioner, I know I'm completely going off topic, but the Garda commissioner at the time, it's a new Garda commissioner now, but the Garda commissioner at the time should have really kept his mouth shut instead of blaming two good Gardaí who were doing their line of duty for the state and doing their work for the state and risking their life for the state while he was sitting in his office doing shite. So he should think about that really when he's sitting on his wages, and think about why he should not be in prison himself. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there and blab it off about the Garda Commission. I don't know why, but anyway, if you want to see me make a video on the Garda Commission, I have really a lot to say to be honest about that. But and then again, they won't really want me annoying them, and there's a investigation going on and all that, so we might interrupt it. So maybe just leave it for a while and we get back to it, I suppose. Anyway, thank you for watching, subscribe more, and bye.